indeed. Great to be here with you guys today. It's easy to fall in line with the WNBA old guard, to fall in line with legacy media, to fall in line with how the WNBA wants to paint this Caitlin Clark and her new fans picture. It's easy. All you got to do is attack her fans. All you got to do is attack her fans. If you call things down the middle, if you call a spade a spade.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a podcast that doesn't hold back. Right out the gate, the host makes one thing clear. This is about calling it exactly how it is. If you speak truthfully about what's happening in the WNBA, you get labeled. No sugarcoating here. Just a raw intro that promises a bold, no-nonsense critique of how fans, media, and the league are clashing over Caitlin Clark.
You'll get labeled all types of names. Imagine Scott Agnes criticizing South Carolina and Asia Wilson fans for going after Caitlin Clark during her rookie season. Imagine the backlash that he'd have to deal with. Imagine Scott Agnes writing an article about all the nastiness that Caitlin Clark has received from her teammates' family members online. The backlash that Scott Agnes would have received. Imagine Scott Agnes writing an article about the Reese's Pieces and all their negative vitriol, shout out to L. Duncan, that's been targeted to Caitlin Clark. Imagine the backlash he would receive. But what's the safe way out? What's the safest way to big up the Indiana Fever? Well, you tear down Caitlin Clark's fans, you paint them as villains, and you say, look at all the team has gone through after overcoming all of those nasty, nasty Caitlin Clark fans. Those folks are the dark side. That's the easy way out, and that's the way out Scott Agnes decided to take. The Fever are clicking. Winners of 7 of 9, 4 games over 500 for the first time since 2015. They're doing it together without Caitlin Clark and believe they've still got enough.
Here, the host flips the script and asks, what if Scott Agnes criticized South Carolina or Iowa Wilson fans the way he does Clark's? The silence from media in those cases says a lot. It's not about fairness. It's about who's safe to criticize. This part highlights how media avoids calling out certain groups, revealing a double standard in how outrage is managed and narratives are controlled.
Other level to reach. And in this article, without speaking about all the support this team has still received, though Caitlin Clark's been injured, without speaking about all the attendance numbers that this team has still garnered because Caitlin Clark fans and supporters have fallen in love with this team and have followed this team even without her playing. Instead of going that route, he goes the other route, the more easier path to walk down. They are America's team. Are they? Or do they have America's... We're off that. However, there's also a lot of nastiness almost entirely online that comes along with that. Just read the comments. It's something they dealt with last season and again this season. The reality is those who are the loudest aren't Fever or basketball fans. They're only there for Clark. But that dark side can easily seep into a team. So, question, because...
This section explores how easy it's become for media to villainize Caitlin Clark's fans. Instead of spotlighting their loyalty, the storyline is flipped. Now it's, look what the team has overcome because of these toxic fans. The host argues that this narrative is convenient and lazy, allowing the media to avoid nuance while pinning blame on the very people boosting the league's visibility.
Stupid WNBA fan here. Are Clark fans not Fever fans or basketball fans now? Interesting. Because all those Clark fans are sticking around for Fever games. Interesting. And most of Clark fans are basketball fans. Interesting. I just want to know how we're distinguishing the three and why we are distinguishing between the three, if not to be divisive. What's the point of if not to be divisive? The Fever won't let that happen. Several members have gone off social media because of it, and it's an everyday challenge for them to keep the noise out. Same was true last season. let's go backwards. Members of the team have gone off social media because there's a lot of nastiness almost entirely online that Caitlin Clark fans are saying. Instead of saying, Scott, the team has come together.
The podcast challenges a growing narrative that Clark fans aren't real Fever or basketball fans. The host questions why these distinctions exist when Clark supporters are still watching, still showing up. The separation feels intentional and divisive. This part calls out that line of thinking as nothing more than gatekeeping, designed to undermine new fans who don't fit the old mold.
The team has battled with a lot of outside noise coming from the social media. Instead of saying that, we say the team is coming together because of, even after all of the nasty stuff that Caitlin Clark fans have been saying. That causes my head to scratch a little bit. Second thing, several members have gone off social media because, one, why are they on social media in the first place? We're in the middle of a season. There's other things that we could be doing. And two, what players have really gone off social media? I see Natasha Howard doing TikToks. I see Michaela Timpson doing TikToks. I see Sydney Colson doing TikToks. I see Sophie Cunningham doing TikToks. I see Lexi Hull doing TikToks. I see Aaliyah Boston doing TikToks. I see Natasha Howard posting on Twitter. I see Sophie Cunningham posting on Twitter. What? By off social media, do you mean that they don't read the notifications? Because they're all on social media, except for maybe Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. You want me to believe, Brianna Turner's always on social media. You want me to believe that these players who are so addicted to the drama, who are so addicted to the outside noise, have gone off social media? Stop gaslighting us. We don't believe you. You need more people. We don't believe you. You need more people.
In this part, the podcast breaks down the claim that Clark fans push players off social media. The host points to players still posting and engaging online, calling the claim a stretch. This section exposes a flawed narrative. Instead of blaming vague online noise, it unfairly targets a single fan base. It's not about truth. It's about creating a digestible villain for clicks.
Stephanie White says it's definitely different. Everything is highlighted. Obviously, much more speculation about things that people don't know about. Much more, activity from the outside. Yeah, of course. You have the biggest player in the league on your team. You have the most noticeable, the most notoriety player on your team. You have the biggest superstar in the league on your team. Of course, there's going to be more chatter compared to you playing in the practice gym in a casino when you were coaching the Connecticut Sun. Of course. Did you not expect this? Were you thrown for a loop over here? Third thing. However, there's also a lot of nastiness. I'll say there's more positivity than nastiness around this team. There is. There's much more positivity than nastiness surrounding this team. And what nastiness are you even referring to? What dark side are you even referring to? Those are
Here, the focus shifts to the league itself. The host argues that the WNBA wasn't prepared for the level of engagement Clark brings. They want fans who spend, not fans who speak. The moment people start asking questions or pushing back, they're framed as problematic. This commentary shows how the league embraces growth on its terms, but struggles when passion turns critical.
Dark side? Absolutely. And I saw that at Iowa too. The entire team received great support. The darkness that comes with those comments, so many fire Stephanie White, etc., yet they are rolling. Okay. Now I get it. The dark side is fans being fans. Okay. The dark side is fans expressing their displeasure with certain things. Oh, okay. That's the dark side. They want Caitlin Clark fans to be quiet and just cough over the bread. Don't voice your opinion, just hand over the money. Don't speak your piece, just sit down on the couch, watch the game, and be happy with whatever you see. This league's not ready for real fans. This is only Caitlin Clark fans. Imagine when they get another superstar, if another superstar decides to pop up out of the blue, garners her.
This part looks ahead. What happens when the next superstar arrives with a vocal fan base of her own? The host warns that the league might not survive another wave like Clark's. The idea of fan behavior being regulated or filtered isn't far off. It's a cautionary take on what happens when a league welcomes popularity, but rejects the reality of intense, demanding fan culture.
Separate fan base. Imagine this league, they wouldn't know how to operate. They would have no space for hate 2.0. Don't criticize. They'd make everybody go through a Twitter test to make sure that you haven't said too many negative things in your history about the league. Not only does old guard media like painting a picture about Caitlin Clark fans, but apparently Indiana Fever media likes to do the same. Scott Agnes is getting absolutely cooked for this. This is a great question right here. Why don't you guys ever address the hate towards Clark, Boston, and Sophie from other fan bases? It's extremely loud, and ignoring it to bash Cece's fan base, who pays y'all's bills, appears as if you're purposely downplaying Caitlin Clark. That goes to my initial point. What would they call Scott Agnes if he went after all those people? What would they label Scott Agnes if he went after all those people? It's the WNBA. I can't put anything past them. It's these old guard fans. I can't put anything past them. That's the hard road travel. That's the road less traveled. Scott Agnes would much rather get in line than step out of line. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. We'll see you next time, and as always,
we wrap with the sharpest critique. The host questions why media like Scott Agnes ignore hate toward Clark, Boston, and Sophie, yet constantly highlight negativity from Clark's fans. This segment exposes imbalance in media narratives and calls out selective reporting. It ends with a reality check. Comfort wins over truth far too often. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.